So Barbasol has a new cream. Let's check it out. Stay tuned. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, Brian the Floridian. I'm back in the shave den and just picked up a new cream from Barbasol. They just released a new cream marking their 100th anniversary of their shaving cream that they released back 100 years ago. So this is the new Barbasol 1919 cream, which pays homage to their original cream. I believe is original no rub, no brush, non-lathering cream they released 100 years ago. And I just saw this label. I just had to pick it up. It's got the retro-looking Barbasol, barbershop-looking label. And it's supposed to be reminiscent of their old label, or old cream. I'll leave a picture up so you guys can see what it looks like back in the day. But this is the new version of their cream. And I believe they changed a few things. I'm not sure about the ingredient list. But anyway, I saw this on the website. Had to get it. It was like $6.99 for this tube right here, which is about 6 ounces. And I saw the website, and let me read to you about this cream, what they said. So it says Barbasol 1919 is a culmination of over 100 years of shaving excellence, featuring improved visibility for a precise shave with a fresh, crisp fragrance of citrus and essential oils to soothe and awaken your senses, all backed by the Barbasol name you know and trust. And that's what they're saying about it, and I can't wait to try it. I'm going to be using this cream, and I'm not really going to be using a brush. Actually, I will use a brush. I'll probably use the way it's intended. I'll probably just put it on my face with my hands with the first, maybe the second pass, and I'll probably put a little bit on the brush and see how it lathers. I know it's not a lathering cream, but just curious to see how it works with a brush. But I'll be using this cream, the 1919 by Barbasol. I'm going to be using my vintage Gillette Fat-Handle Tech. So this baby is back, is a pre-war 1940s razor, vintage razor. And this is my Gillette, and there's no date code on the bottom plate. So it pre-war 1940s. I'm thinking early 1940s. It's got the triangular slots on the bottom. So this is like probably the most aggressive of the techs they made. And I just like this razor. I love the fat handle on it. It's a beautiful razor. And it's a great shaver, by the way. And I'm going to be pairing this up with a feather blade, high stainless. And this will be the second use of the blade. And I'm going to be using a brush. If I use a brush, it'll probably be this brush at the end, or the last pass. It's my Haircut and Shave Co. Large synthetic Tuxedo knot brush. And this is a big brush. It's about 30 millimeter loft right here. So hey guys, let me go and rinse my face. Let me get my face fully hydrated. And I'm kind of excited about this cream. I've used a non-lather cream before from Cremo, but never used this cream before from Barbasol. So anyway, let me wash my face, get my face hydrated, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got the face fully hydrated and washed. And I'm going to be using a nickel size of this cream. That's what it says on the back of this label here. And what I was reading to you earlier was actually on the back of this tube about the story about the cream. But let me go ahead and put this on my face. And let me do a nickel size if I can get this right. Alright, so that's about nickel size right there. Let's try and see how this works. And you're supposed to be able just to rub it on your face. So I don't understand what it means by no rubbing shaving cream, because you have to rub it on your face. It doesn't make any sense when they mention that on their website. But it's not a lathering cream, so all right. Yeah, this is kind of weird. I'm not using a brush. I'm too used to using a brush to lather, to put a cream on my face. Alright. A little bit pasty. Let me put some water on there. Do a little bit of a few sprays of water on my face here. So anyway, this cream is supposed to be ultra slick, and it mentions about being infused with aloe, coconut oil, shea butter to make it slick, and also to soothe your face. So let's try this shave and see how well it does. So anytime I use creams, I have 4 criteria for creams, for shaving creams. Really 4 for soaps too, but my first criteria is it's got to lather. So right off the bat, this is, you might as well throw that out the window for this cream, because as you can see, it doesn't really lather. Second criteria is it's got to have nice slickness. It's got to be slick. The third criteria I have is it's got to have some cushion, which I hope this cream does, because I'm gonna be using a feather blade with a slightly aggressive safety razor. And the fourth criteria I have is it's gotta smell pretty decent. Right now, I don't really smell much of a scent on this cream. To me, it smells sort of like lotion. To be honest with you, like kind of like a, you know what it smells like? What lotion smells like? It smells like this stuff right here. It smells like the face and body lotion that I got this from, that Barbasol makes. I got this from Big Lots. So this is what it smells like. It's got like a lotion type smell to it. Maybe, yeah, that's what it smells like. I can't really smell citrus, but anyway, let's do that first pass. So this will be with the grain, with my Fat-Handle Tech with the feather blade. All right. And if you notice, the cream is getting translucent, so, and they did mention that on the website that it does that so you can see where you're shaving, so you don't miss any spots. But I think that kind of defeats the purpose, because you want to see where the cream's at, so you don't miss, so you can see where you last shaved, you know, where you last touched up with the razor. So but so far, pretty slick. I'm not using any pressure at all. Just the weight of the razor, and it's really gliding, very, very nice. All right, so that's one side of the face. Pretty nice pass over there. I actually thought about doing a straight razor shave with this cream, but I didn't want to get on my hands and slip the razor out of my hand and slice myself, so. But I saw one YouTuber, I believe it was Shave326, use a straight razor with this cream, and it looks like he got an awesome shave, so. But I remember he had to keep washing his hands off. But I figured I'd go old school with this razor too, just to see how it does with a safety razor. But wow, really, really nice and slick. So now I can sort of smell the citrus notes a little bit. It's kind of coming out right now as I'm shaving for some reason. Very light scent. Yeah, very light scent. I would say it's probably, on a scale from 0 to 10, it's probably about a 3, maybe 2. It's really light. But so far, not a bad shave. Very slick, like it advertises, very ultra slick. To me, it's nice and slick. And it does have a little bit of cushion, even though it's not really thick cream. But it does definitely have cushion to it. And I got a nice pass with the Gillette Tech with a feather blade. So guys, let me rinse my face, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back for my second pass. And the first pass was pretty decent with the cream. Let me go ahead and put another nickel size in my hand here. Probably a little bit less, but let's see how it does with this amount here. But I can tell you what, this stuff is very slick because it took me a while to get it off my hands. After I rinsed my face from that first pass. Yeah, the scent is really nothing special. Probably just like it's a clean scent. It's very clean. Just like a lotion scent. Like I said, exactly like that face and body lotion that Barbasol makes. Maybe a little slightly different with the citrus in it, but all right, that should be sufficient here. And once I have it on my hands, it's very slick. So let me rinse my hands off right here before I start that across the grain pass with the Gillette Tech. So a little bit about history about Barbasol. I was reading that it was actually the cream. The original cream was invented by a gentleman who was an MIT professor and also a chemical engineer back in 1919. And he was from Indiana. I want to say Seymour, in Indiana. That's where he's from. And very smart guy that invented it. Pretty smart guy that invented the cream. He was also at one time a General Electric engineer. So he's credited for inventing the first shaving cream right here in America. But he wanted to invent a way of shaving without using a brush, a bar of soap, or without having to lather your face up. And this is what he came up with. But interesting enough, the name Barbasol, I was wondering where it came from, where he got that name from, Barbasol. He actually named it after a medieval German emperor, and his name was Frank Barbarossa, I believe. So that's where he derived the name Barbasol from. I guess he shortened the last name, but I read some things online where it was speculated that Barbasol really means barber solution. That's one of the theories about where the name came from, but really it was named after a German emperor. Got a little nick right there, so I'm not really happy with that on my neck. The cushion right there wasn't too good. But that was also me talking, not really paying attention to the shave. But man, this stuff is slick though. That's one thing going for this cream, very slick. Alright guys, that's the second pass. Not too bad. Got a little bit of nick right here and one right here. Actually, this one's old. I just opened this one up from the other day. But not too bad. And like I said, very slick cream. Decent cushion. I wouldn't say great, but decent. But definitely a nice shave. Let me go ahead and rinse my face, guys. Be back for the last pass against the grain, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. I'm gonna test out with a brush. So I'm gonna do a test lather with a brush. I know it's not really supposed to be a lathering cream, but let's see how it works with a nickel size in the brush. So let's go ahead and find out if it does lather with the brush. Maybe it does it more with the brush than with my hand. So let's take a look and see. Oops, got a little bit, it came right off my brush right here. Yeah, so far not too great with the brush. But anyway, I just had to find out. That's why I'm doing it on camera. So you guys can see that it doesn't really lather with a brush. So I can see this cream being a great cream to take on a trip or something like that, or traveling. If you don't want to bring a brush with you, but you still want to get a decent shave. So that would be a pretty good option for traveling with this cream. If you only have so much room in your bag. Yeah, not really lathering with a brush, so I'm going to go ahead and paint it on here. I mean, I could probably work on this for about half an hour, and I still would probably get the same amount of lather I have right now. But on the plus side, it's not on my hands, so I don't have to touch it with my hands. Get my hands all really slick from the cream. All right, should be enough for the last pass here against the grain. All right, let's see how the feather blade does with the Fat-Handle Tech with this cream going against the grain here. And so far, nice and slick, like I said, going up with the upward strokes here. So Barbasol as a company has been really successful. They've been making all kinds of stuff since the 1920s or 1920. That's when the company actually came in fruition. But they've gone through several different owners, I believe. I want to say Fitzer owned them at one time. They actually owned the rights to Barbasol. It was sold to Fitzer. I want to say back in the 70s or maybe 60s, and then they wanted to concentrate on their pharmaceutical, on making pharmaceuticals. So they sold it to a company called Perio, which owns them right now. But back in the day, I remember seeing all the ads for Barbasol. I go back and like to go back in history and see all the old ads. There was ads for Barbasol with Babe Ruth hawking the cream back then, as well as Newt Rockne. I want to say also Robert Hornsey. That's another name I saw mentioned in one of the archives there. But they also were. They actually were involved with race car driving. A lot of they sponsored the. I want to say Formula One back then. They had a Barbasol car, and they also had a. They were actually the official cream of the U.S. Army during World War II. They actually issued that. That was the cream that they issued out to the soldiers back in World War II for the U.S. Army. They were the exclusive supplier for shaving cream for all the soldiers back then. This is coming from me reading online about the history of Barbasol cream. All right, guys, nice pass. Not too bad. I still have the weepers right here, but this is from the second pass, so no new weepers from the last pass. But let me rinse my face, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back for the post shave. So the shave with the Barbasol 1919 cream was pretty excellent. Not too bad. And I also mentioned the ingredient list is right there. Very, very small list compared to other creams. Especially if you compare it to Cremo, which is this ingredient list right there. And that, it's a little bit smaller. And it looks like it has more natural ingredients in this cream, but not too bad. I got a decent shave with this cream, and it was pretty slick, very slick. So my 4 criteria was lathering ability, which I would give it a 1. Actually, yeah, about a 1 on a scale from 0 to 10, because it did not really lather that great. And slickness, I would give this about a 10 on slickness, because this was really, really slick. I mean, it took me a while to get it off my hands after I spread it on my face. And it was just so slick with the razor across my face when I did my passes. So definitely a 10 on ultra slickness. And for cushion, I would say probably about a 7. Not the best, but not the worst. And definitely above average, so about 7. And I got a pretty decent cushion and glide from the razor with this cream. So I would give it about 7. And scent, I would say about a 3. I like the scent, but I just wish it was a little bit stronger. Nice and crisp, kind of like that lotion type smell. It's really reminiscent of this stuff right here, but maybe a little bit more of a cleaner scent than this, but not too bad. And I also failed to mention my other criteria, which is labeling. And I would say this is about a 10 on label presentation. Great looking Barbasol 1919 label. I love the barber pole right there. Great, great label. The thing I want to say is definitely don't use it on the brush. There's no need to, because you really don't get any latherability for the brush. And also, if you use the cream, definitely rinse out your razor between passes, because it was clogging up my safety razor, especially right there underneath the plate, and also right there on the safety bar. So definitely clogs your razor, so definitely rinse out your razor between each pass. But post-shave, I'm going to be using my Barbasol Brisk Aftershave. So let's go ahead and shake this up. This has menthol in it, so really cooling. And it really smells like, to me, it smells just like skin bracer, but a little bit more cooling than skin bracer in my opinion. Man, that feels nice. Great stuff, and really cheap. I found this for $1.58 at Dollar General down the street from my house. So I'm not really sure if they're carrying it still, but if you see it cheap, grab it. Great aftershave. So that's my shave, guys. I used the 1919 Barbasol cream. Great stuff. I used the Gillette Fat-Handle Tech. This is a pre-war 1940s. And I was just thinking, this is probably the razor that U.S. soldiers would probably use during World War II when Barbasol issued the cream out to the soldiers in World War II. Since they were the exclusive provider of shaving cream. So pretty cool touch. And I used my Feather High Stainless blade, second use of the blade. And that's pretty much it for my shave. Pretty decent shave, pretty happy with the cream. Definitely a thumbs up. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. Hit like and subscribe if you like this content here. And let me know how you feel about this cream if you use it yet. Leave a comment below about this 1919 cream. And like I said, $6.99 for 6 ounces. And I don't think they're selling this in local markets yet. So I think I bought this online from Barbasol, so not in stores yet, I don't believe. But anyway, guys, hope you guys have a good week. Hope you guys enjoy your shaves. And I'll see you guys this weekend. Take care.